Let's address something most people avoid talking about. If you're intelligent and find yourself alone more often than not, the problem might not be you at all. You could be functioning on a mental frequency that most people simply cannot access. This is about the raw, unfiltered psychology behind why high-intelligence individuals end up socially isolated, even when they crave genuine human connection. Here's what nobody tells you. Being alone isn't always a result of poor social skills or an unpleasant personality. Sometimes it stems from being excessively perceptive, brutally honest, and mentally complex in a society that prefers shallow exchanges and polite pretending. If you've ever felt like everyone around you is fluent in a social language you never quite learned, keep listening. What I'm about to reveal might be difficult to hear, but it will finally answer questions you've been asking yourself for years. I'm curious, have you ever walked into a room full of people and still felt completely invisible? Share your experience in the comments. I genuinely want to hear from you. Highly intelligent individuals possess an unusual capability. They read social situations with microscopic accuracy. You don't simply process someone's words, you decode their underlying intentions. The strange smile hiding discomfort. The carefully crafted compliment masking jealousy. The embellished anecdote designed purely to impress others. This ability is called heightened pattern recognition. Your brain automatically identifies inconsistencies between what people say and what they actually mean. And once this skill develops, there's no reversing it. Once you recognize the performance happening around you, genuine interaction becomes nearly impossible to find. You stop participating in superficial exchanges. You refuse to validate behavior you find manipulative. You won't pretend interest in topics that bore you senseless. And in a society where social interaction functions like carefully rehearsed theater, your refusal to play your assigned role makes you the disruptor. Here's the reality: people don't distance themselves because you're cruel or judgmental. They retreat because you see through their carefully maintained facades. Your perception makes them feel exposed and vulnerable. Most people don't want authentic recognition, they want admiration for the carefully curated version of themselves they present to the world. While others form connections through comfortable illusions and meaningless chatter, you're isolated, desperately seeking someone willing to have substantive conversations. Intelligent minds don't just think, they dissect every social interaction with forensic precision. That brief hesitation before someone responded to your text? You've analyzed it for days. That slight shift in tone during yesterday's conversation? You've constructed multiple hypotheses about its significance. That momentary break in eye contact? You've cataloged it as potential evidence of discomfort or hidden criticism. This pattern is called chronic social hyperawareness, and it's mentally draining for everyone involved. When you're perpetually scanning for microscopic signs of rejection, disapproval, or judgment, relaxation becomes impossible. Other people sense this intensity radiating from you. You believe you're being strategic and self-protective. In reality, you're constructing an impenetrable wall that blocks authentic connection. You're so consumed with dissecting every detail that you're never fully present in the actual moment. The devastating truth: your careful approach gets completely misread. Your thoughtful pauses appear cold and calculating. Your analytical silence seems arrogant and dismissive. Eventually, people stop investing effort in connecting with you. Not because you've committed any offense, but because interaction with you demands exhausting levels of mental energy. Traditional friendships function on reciprocal emotional support. Someone encounters difficulty, you provide listening and comfort. You face challenges, they offer encouragement and validation. Highly intelligent people typically don't engage in this system. They resolve their problems independently. They regulate their emotional states privately. They almost never request assistance or support. This is called hyperindependence, and while it appears like admirable strength, it actually creates profound isolation. Human bonding doesn't develop through independence, it develops through shared vulnerability. When you never reveal struggles, never expose weakness, never allow others to provide support, something subtle shifts. People begin feeling superfluous in your life. Over time, they quietly withdraw. Here's my question for you. When was the last time you genuinely asked someone for help with something personal? Drop your answer below. Your honesty might resonate with someone who needs to hear it. This pattern of hyperindependence is often paired with a deep-seated authentic nonconformity. You are respected from a distance, but people rarely get close because all human bonding is built on similarity, shared jokes, similar opinions, which you often refuse to fake. You won't laugh at humor you find shallow or agree with opinions just to maintain group harmony. This analytical distance preserves your integrity but guarantees your isolation. Furthermore, this isolation is compounded by how you express care. Many intelligent people struggle not from a lack of caring, but from an emotional processing delay. Your care manifests as action, showing up at 4 a.m. in a crisis, rather than the real-time validation people seek. They want emotional resonance, not just a solution. When they receive analysis instead of empathy, they gradually distance themselves, confused by how someone so reliable can feel so emotionally unreachable. These aren't dramatic endings, but a death by 1,000 microscopic disconnections. But this isn't a personal deficiency. It indicates your mind operates differently, prioritizing authenticity over performance. You don't need transformation, just to understand that most people aren't equipped for your depth. If you've made it this far, you value deep psychological insights. Hit that subscribe button, because what's next will challenge everything you thought you knew about yourself.